Hey, what's up everybody? It's Brian with HappyThumbsGaming here, and we are back with another Last of Us Part 2 collectible video. This happens to be Chapter 4 Patrol, and it is a busy level. As you can see there, we have multiple locations for weapon parts and supplements, totaling a lot more than the actual location. So we'll get to that as we get a little further in. I also want to make note, too, that we have sped this video up ever so slightly, just to kind of help us get through this a little bit faster, as well as removed all non-essential gameplay and cutscenes. Quick tip for you too, we also have quick links down below in the video description, so if you're in a hurry to maybe find that one journal entry or perhaps it's a supplement location, we've got all of those down below in the video description. Now as we go ahead and jump into this collectible run too, I want to make note also that levels 5 and 6, the next two levels, do not have collectibles, so there will not be a video for that. I just wanted to get that out of the way now so you guys weren't confused when we upload a couple levels down the road. So we've parked our horse. We've actually been having a nice little conversation with Dina here. She leads us to this overlook point, and we get a nice little view of where we're headed now on our patrol, and it gives us a nice little cutscene. Now, you'll also notice that the journal entry number 1 notation has popped up, and here in a second, it's going to load into a full cutscene, which, by the way, these cutscenes are seamless and amazing. Well, my edit wasn't so seamless and amazing, but the cutscenes themselves are. Once that conversation is over, Ellie is going to step back, and if you actually just hold tight for just a second, a triangle prompt will pop up, and that will actually log our first journal entry for this level. So, woo to the who, we're off and running on that. Now, this is a long level, as I mentioned, and there is a lot of stuff going on. I actually made a mistake. Full disclosure, I missed one of the weapon parts. Actually, it was the next collectible coming up. I missed one of there's 2 up top and 1 in a drawer that you'll see in a minute. I missed the one in the drawer. So we actually, Reese and I had played all the way through this level and the next one and the one after it, and then we went to edit and it turns out that I'd missed it. So we had to go all the way back and replay this. So the good news for you guys is that this run was a little bit more efficient in the sense that we kind of knew where we were going and what to do. There was no extra mistakes, so this is a pretty good run. Now, there's probably going to be 1 or 2 doozies along the way, but we'll cover that when we get there. Now, as we advance up the rope, following Dina, we're going to go into this door here, and on the far right side, there's another door. We're going to go ahead and knock on it. Pay no attention to that water pipe in the far right corner. We're going to go ahead and check out the 2 weapon parts on top, and then, of course, there's a 3 spot in the drawer, totaling 5 weapon parts, but that's the first location. So hopefully that doesn't get too confusing as time goes on. There's also a login point over here, which I do believe is part of the story and required in order to advance. So we'll go ahead and mark ourselves in. It's clear. Both Dina and Ellie are here. And hey, quick reminder, we do have quick links in the video description. Now, anytime you see Thumbie pop up with that helpful tip, that basically means there is a couple of minutes in between now and when that next collectible is. Now, I know some of you prefer the old point and shoot method where we actually remove a lot of the footage. We are going to do our best to not do that. Now, that's what those quick links are for, though. So it's kind of like the best of both worlds, is at least that's how we see it. Now, in our case, the next point we're going to get to is actually a little housing area development with an RV, and then we'll make it over to a marketplace. So I could just cut to that RV or the marketplace, but I'm going to make sure that I keep all of the travel time that is essential to where we're going here, so it's easy to follow. And if you're one of those people that likes to do the point and shoots, that's what those quick links are for. So again, I feel like we cover the best of both worlds, try to suit everybody's needs, and in the end, we know we can't please everybody. And we've also taken note too that this series has not taken off like, for example, one of our Lego series or something like that, but that's not going to stop us from continuing. We not only want to experience this game in full, but we also want to get all those collectibles and get that nice shiny platinum. Now, we are heading down. I just want to point out, again, how amazing the scenery is. Big time shout out to Naughty Dog and their team for putting together another amazing masterpiece. As I mentioned a minute ago, we are a little bit further in our gameplay as far as this recording goes. And, you know, depending on when you're watching this, we may even be done with the game. But essentially, well done, Naughty Dog. Amazing. And we haven't even got basically a quarter of the way through yet, so... All right, as we get into this little area here, you're going to notice Dina makes a note, says, hey, should we hop off and take a look around? Why, yes, Dina, we should. We're going to start off by hopping into this old trailer here on the far right, or in the middle of the area. We're going to go ahead and search the drawers. Right by the kitchen sink, there is a part. Counted for 1. The drawer in the far corner, there's a 5er and 2 on top, totaling 8 full weapon parts for the second location. Now, Dina, you make a better door than a window, or I guess a wall than a whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. Let's make like a tree and get out of here. All right, the supplements are on the bed. Make sure you grab that 1 supplement, which actually accounts for 7 total supplements. Anyways, all right, outside, around the corner to the left is a house. We're going to go around the back side and use the broken down staircase to go ahead and climb up into the old bedroom. Inside the drawer on the nightstand there, I guess it's more of a beauty stand, is some ammo, which you might need. And over on the nightstand, or in it I should say, is artifact number 1. Before you bounce out, make sure you grab the 2 supplements on the old kitchen, or the bathroom sink. Boy, I'll get it right. To be completely honest, it's really early in the morning. It's so hot in my office by middle of the day. I got to cut audio early, and sometimes my old man Brian Brain isn't fully awake yet, so I apologize. All right, across the street from that house, we're going to hop up on the back of the truck into the bedroom. That's right, and on the nightstand is going to be a couple of supplements. Before bouncing out, make sure you head into the old closet and grab the Tesseracter trading card, which happens to be the first trading card of the area. Inside the drawer on the desk there by the window is actually going to be some rifle ammo. So make sure you swoop that up before you swoop on out. Hop back on the old horsey, and we are out of here. This might be another good time for a quick link. It happens to be another minute or so. Basically, we're going to head into the marketplace. Now, I do want to cover some important information that we'll actually touch when it happens too. But essentially, there is a part once we enter the marketplace where the story kind of guides us to a door on the left. If we enter that door, it is a point of no return, and we will miss a collectible. So you want to make sure you go over to the room on the right first. We do notate it on screen, and I will, of course, talk about it as we go in. But, all right, so we're going to actually have to head into the building on the left. Follow the old blood trail. It takes us right to a smashed-out window. I do some crazy ninja moves before I go in. Just, I got to make sure I lay the law down, scare everybody. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Now, also, too, as we sneak attack this guy and take him out, I want to make note that there are some changes that we've made since this video. But before that, let's go. Don't enter the door on the left. Go out the window on the right and swoop around and get in this window. It's very important. Otherwise, like I said, you might miss this group of supplements and you'd have to come back. So there's a group of 6 and a single sitting on the sink there. Grab those up. If you need the ammo, swoop it up too. Now the door that was once locked is now become unlocked because we unlocked it. And we can go ahead and slide through this door, which again is a point of no return. So don't go through this door if you haven't got that supplemented yet. All right, so I was talking about some stuff. There is a way to change the way the stuff looks. You can actually make your screen by using some of the stuffs, the options. You can actually change it to make it look different. We'll get to that here in a second once this collectible is over. So we got some weapon parts. We got to search some drawers. There are a total of 4 parts, but there's only 2 little pickups. Now, I do a great job of missing this. Now, I know I said I did a great run. We had to do this again, and it should be pretty smooth. Watch this. I cover every single area in the room except for behind me right now in that far corner. It's back there in that corner. And far right of the corner as we walk in the room. Back left now as I'm looking. It's right there. It's just a little singlet. We'll go ahead and pick it up. Thank you very much. All right, so back to the settings. There are a couple of settings. Now, I found this. This is actually compliments of PowerPix. So if you guys are familiar with PowerPix.com, he's a pretty good guide writer, or a collective, I should say. I'm sure there's more than one. But anyhow, they actually found some information regarding the way things look. You can actually use some settings to change things. Here's the problem, though. We actually messed with it. It makes those collectibles stand out like a sore thumb, but it also makes our characters like a blue color, and it really makes things weird. So if you're having troubles finding collectibles, that is something that you could definitely check out. It's in the settings. Definitely check out PowerPix.com and look through his just overall trophy and guide. It's just the roadmap. It's just one of the little tips that he has. Now, there's also another setting you can change where you can scan collectibles. Now, I can't show you yet because we have not turned it on as of this point in the recording. It'll be in the next collectible-based video. But essentially, when you scan, so when you do that little the listen, and it goes kind of like gray, and you can see like movement in white. Like I think I'm about to do it right now. Oh no, that was Dina. She scared the bejesus out of me. But essentially, you can scan when you press circle. So you hold R1, and then you can hit circle. But by changing these settings, you can scan a hell of a lot faster, and you can scan a lot further. So this is actually one of those moments in the game that kind of is a head scratcher for me, because it's totally delayed, and it makes the user, in my case, me, feel like I have no clue what I'm doing and like I'm stuck. Really, Dina, I already know this because it happened to me before. Dina wants to go up and over that truck. I got to boost her up, but she has to wait to look around to find out where we're going to advance next. And then she goes, oh, hey, by the way, it's over here. Not a bad thing, but it is a little deceiving for a few seconds. So, you know, I actually, in my first playthrough, I ran around out here. She didn't run there immediately. So I ran all over back inside that little market or whatever that is, a restaurant, whatever. And I ran around for like 5 minutes. So this time I knew, and I just came and waited by the truck. She's going to go ahead and pull us back up. We will drop down and actually sneak under the old semi-trailer on the other side there. As soon as we get through the other side, spoiler alert, there is a little bit of a jump scare where Ellie gets attacked. We're also going to get saved by Dina. As soon as that happens, we actually can advance to the right and make our way into the building and the trailer itself to get a couple of collectibles. So thank you for that, Dina. Appreciate that greatly. Now, there's also a cinematic moment here, too, where if you notice, we actually took some damage and we do not have heals. We're going to learn how to create or craft heals here in a second. So make your way inside to the back of the trailer by going into the building there. And inside here, we've got ourselves an artifact. This one is, looks like a letter to God or something. I'm not sure. All the artifacts are a little bit confusing to me. I haven't really read all of them, so I'm not sure. Make sure you grab the 8 supplements before you dip out. And let's see here. Inside the trailer itself, on the front side, we're going to find ourselves 7 parts. So weapon part location number 4 with a total of 7 parts there. So hopefully I'm getting that, you know, easily documented so you guys can figure it out. Basically, once I explain it, it should be easy to follow. But just in case, you know, let me know if you guys have any tips or tricks, ways to explain it better or whatever. Gooder, as we like to say. All right, we'll go ahead and jump in and make our way into the building, up and over. Now, this is the room. There is an actual cinematic event that needs to happen. I would search everything in the room first. I guess it doesn't really matter because it doesn't force you. It's not a point of no return. But over on the entertainment center over there by the TV on the left side of the room, which I ran right on by like a noob, there is a prompt, which if you do that, you open the cabinet and you find some alcohol, I believe it is. It's either, yeah, it's alcohol. So, in the other cabinet on the far right side, I do believe that Dina finds the rags. Yep. All right. Now, once we get both of these, it actually prompts us to craft some med kits or health kits. And we can do that. We have 1 alcohol, 1 rag, which equals 1 kit. And it looks like we can hold up 3. Now, since we are hurting, we're going to go ahead and press the up, hold R2, and use that med kit we just crafted. As soon as we do that action, she actually slides that out of the way. I'm not sure why we couldn't push that. And cues us to put some masks on. There's this moment here where she, like, makes this comment about, like, hey, don't let me shoot you in the face or something. Yeah, look, I don't want to have to shoot you in the face. I'm not sure what that's something I'm missing. As soon as we enter, they'll go straight into the left room, and on the countertop, you're going to find a couple of items. You got some crafting stuff, as well as a total of 3 weapon parts. So 3 singlets, 2 in the back corner and 1 on the side there. Once you got all 3 of those, we'll go ahead and advance out of here. There's kind of a hidden crack. It's kind of sneaky back there behind the door. Now we're going to advance into this new room, and before going into the main open area, go into this room on the right. Now, there is a safe in here, and this is probably the easiest safe you will ever crack. We got the code for you. It is 7, 20, and 13, and you don't even have to go like right, left, right, or left, right, right, or left, right, left, or whatever it is. You just punch in the numbers, push X each time. And inside, we've got 6, or actually, it's weapon part, location number 6 with 12. We got 14 supplements, and that's it, I guess. Artifacts right here on the far right side, so that will be artifact number 3. And last but not least in this area, we actually also have some more supplementage. Oh, there's some rifle ammo there too. I didn't note the ammo itself or any of the crafting stuffs just because I'm not exactly sure how you're going to use them, if you're going to need ammo, if you're not, if you're going to need the crafting stuff or not. We will always do the due diligence and search around in these areas, but we won't be labeling them. Now, inside the locker of the kitchen, before advancing out of there, make sure you grab those 8 supplements. It's just a single 8 supplement pickup. And then we'll go ahead and slide through the crack here. As soon as we do, it drops down. It is another point of no return, so hopefully you've been following along and you did not advance in there first, because that's a long ways to go back. Now, we are just about to the halfway point of this video. This is another moment where there is a little bit of downtime between collectibles, so if you are in a hurry, you are welcome to go ahead and click the next quick link down below in the video description. Now, this part's kind of crazy. We have a couple of clickers. It's the introduction of the clickers in part 2. Now, if you played the first one, you're familiar with them, you know, and you know, I'm not 100% sure on this, but Reese was kind of pointing this out. It would seem as though the clickers are generally females and the runners are generally males. Now, I don't know if that is totally true. The reason that we kind of came up with that whole theory is that in the options menu of the game, there is some statues. I don't remember the statues being in the first one. They probably were, but it reminds me of some Resident Evil type stuff. If you guys remember Resident Evil, they often have like those little collectible statues that you can get. You know, they've been doing that for a little while now, and it's kind of interesting. Hopefully, that's probably where they got the idea. But all right, in the back corner, when you're all ready to get on out of here, you've taken both clickers down, there is a cabinet that's been knocked over. We're going to need some help to go ahead and press and hold that triangle button. That prompt right there, it confuses me more often than it does. I'm getting used to it now because I've seen it a whole bunch of times. But right inside this new room, there are a handful of pickups. We got some rubbing alcohol and some rags, of course. And then we're going to have a total of 27 supplements. So in the middle island, you got a singlet worth 1, 2, so we got 2 singlets, and then around the corner we've got another stack. We got 2 singlets next to some rubbing alcohol, so that would be 4. And then I believe there's one more that is a 23er, and it's in one of these little bins, if I remember right. All right, and there we go. Oh no, it's a 12er and then an 11er. Okay, and there we go, and there it is. All right, so booyah shell. Dina gives you a Molotov. Now, if you haven't picked up those supplements, make sure you grab them before you bounce out that window, as things get a little crazy in this next area here. Like, I'm being honest. There are 3 runners, I think, and 2 clickers, or maybe 3 and 3. It does make a suggestion to take out the runners first. I'm not sure if that's like a game tip, like if you mess up, it's going to go bad. Now, I do pretty GUD here and actually get all the way down to the last one before I get heard. In my first run, I actually made it all the way through. Stealthily did not get detected. Now, there is no trophy or anything special for doing this, but I will tell you that it makes your job a lot easier if you take these guys out via stealth as opposed to being caught, because they will rush you, and that's not fun. Speaking of being rushed, man, the next level, the Horde. Hey, I wasn't ready for that. I was not ready for that. Reese was sitting right now. I was running, and oh man, it's pretty crazy. Now, at first too, if I'm being totally honest, my first run through, I saw a couple of guys. I tried to sneak by one and tried to stealth kill. Once I stealth killed one, it queued another one, which queued another one, which queued another one, which queued another one. And before I know it, I had like 30 of them chasing me, and I managed to run around for about 15-20 seconds. But in the end, they all got me, and it was bad. It was real bad. Now, one thing I have not gotten used to, and you can see it happens in this melee combat, is that when I get up close and personal, I'm often pushing a direction with my analog stick. Boy, talk about brain fart. Yeah, so don't be pressing a direction whilst fighting. Just hit the square button. I'm always pressing towards the bad guy and then hitting square, and as a result, it spins my camera around. It makes it really complicated. So, all right, the next part here, you're going to want to go ahead and try to open the door there when it says, nope, can't do it. You're going to look over to the right side of the door. You're going to find this broken, I don't know what it is. It's some sort of like air conditioning unit or something, a refrigeration unit. It does have a long cord in it, and we're going to take that cord and toss it right over the top here. So, woo to the who. All right, we got a way out of here for both me and you. Now, this time, Dina's going to check it out first. We're going to go ahead and climb up and over that little barrier there. And once we get up there, it gets kind of windy, so I don't know if you could fall off. They actually make a note of how, watch out, it's very, very windy up here. So there he is. I'm not sure if that means anything other than like, hey, just beware, or if it's just queuing us up for what's about to happen. As you can tell, we have this giant storm that's kind of swooped in on us, and now we got to get the hell out of here. We got to go. And this part is actually kind of tricky. I thought I messed up. I'm being totally honest. I thought I messed up. As it turns out, we take the lead here, and as we get a little further into the snowy abyss, Dina goes ramping by us, and then she goes so fast that we actually lose track of her. Now, there is a little trick. I didn't figure it out. This is props to my youngin' Reese, who was sitting next to me watching. There's actually a way that you can go to the left up here versus going to the right, and it'll shorten the search time by quite a bit, because you get separated, and eventually Dina comes back and finds us. But so there she goes. She takes off. We've actually lost sight of her. Now, for a hot second, we actually have a trail we can follow, right? Pretty easy. She jumps through this little trailer here, and then the tracks are gone. So which way do we go? Which way do we go? As it turns out, you go left. And as we make our way up this trail, she is just sitting right around the corner. Look at that. I spent 2 or 3 minutes wandering around on the right-hand side on my first run. It was not fun. All right, now we've gone ahead and made our way into what is a library. And inside the library, I do believe we got a baddie or two to errati first. And then we actually have a window that we have to smash through. In fact, there it is in the back corner there. And we'll go ahead and use a bottle that we can find to go ahead and take it out. Maybe there isn't any baddies. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, I think it's pretty clear in here. Pretty clear. So we'll go ahead and make our way back around to the right corner. Well, there's a door here, too, that's kind of, it's the story part. It's like, hey, if you get, lost, it'll tell you, hey, there's something over here. Let's find another way in. And in order to do this, we're going to go over to the window in the corner here. Which way do I go? I guess it wasn't the window in the back corner. You got to go all the way back around and then to the hard right. There it is. Now, there's a couple of bottles on the ground there kind of queuing that you need to throw it through. So we already have a couple, so hit the down button, and it should pop up. If you don't have any, you should pick one up on the ground there. I'm going to pick one up to make sure my inventory is always full. Inside this little room here, we've got 24 total weapon parts. So we'll pick up that 17er, a singlet, and a singlet. So now we're rocking 19. We're just looking for 5 more. And there we go, a 4 and a 1. Let's go. All right, so we got all 24 of the weapon parts. Now, the artifact number 4, this is story related. You cannot miss this. All you got to do is go through the door, and she takes note of this pendant hanging on the wall here, which turns out to be Eugene's. Now, I am totally having, it's been a long time since I actually played The Last of Us, so I apologize. I don't remember Eugene. I have been watching The Walking Dead, and when I hear that reference, it actually sounds a lot like the Walking Dead's Eugene. He's really smart, blah, blah, blah. It just seems like it's a little further in the future. Anyhow, once you get through that door by the pendant, as soon as you get into kind of the kids' room, hang a hard right, and on the wall there should be a little Jeffrey Giraffe. Pick it up. It's a journal entry. Now, before advancing into the rest of the playroom, head to the left corner in through that open door. It's a little office area. Pick up that trading card. Now, I guess it's not last but not least. We got 2 more things in here. We're going to wrap around to the far nightstand over here. We've got a little drawer we're going to pop open, and inside is artifact number 5. Thank you very much. And turn around, and on the table here, we got a couple of things. In fact, inside the drawer, we're going to find 7 and... on top, 7 weapon parts, and then on top we also have artifact number 6. Boy, I said that kind of weird. I apologize. Now, is it me or does Buddy look like Jason Momoa? Like, it looks like Tommy and Jason Momoa. I don't remember that dude either. But check this out. We're gonna head into this hallway here. There's a workbench in this room, but in order to access it, we have to pull this generator. This is kind of fun. You gotta time the old triangle prompt there, and booyah kashow! 3rd time's the charm. It lights up some power and a workbench. Now, I do want to point out there is an edit right here. I'll tell you why. Because in my first run through here, we got to the workbench and we accessed this guy and purchased an upgrade for our pistol, which gives us a trophy called Tinkerer. And I didn't get it on the second time because I'd already unlocked it. Now, here's the thing. Do not pay attention to the weapon parts up there. If you notice, there was only 27. That's because I told you I messed up on my first playthrough. I missed 3 of them and had to come back and play. So this footage of the actual workbench with the 27 left is wrong. It's from my first playthrough. There should be 30 if you're tracking with us, which means you can probably upgrade your gun again. All right, so normally we would say there's the collectibles. That's the end of this level. However, there's this little part right here where I myself found a little bit confusing, so I wanted to show you guys. As we walk up, we see that Dina notices some light coming from underground, definitely from the generator we turned on. But there is a way to get down there, and it's a little tricky. This was the hiding spot. I couldn't find it. It took me like 3 or 4 minutes. You guys are not going to believe what is down here in this room. It is crazy. crazy. So I just wanted to show you this. So we go all the way down the stairs, and we open this door, and ready for this? You guys are not even gonna, but oh, you're gonna have to wait and play it yourself, because I'm not gonna show you. I'm just kidding. It's pretty sweet. It's a reference to what I believe is a movie. That's a little bit of an older movie, but anyways, that's gonna do it for me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the level 4 patrol, all collectibles for The Last of Us Part 2. As always, until next time.